All right, it's just about 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, never forget the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, Armistice Day after the First World War, now known as Veterans Day. And I are a veteran, Air Force. We have pretty much done everything to this bike that we can do, that we need to do. And we're going to turn it around now and change the front fork seals, springs, and boots. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, we've got the bike turned around. We have the gaiters off, the wheel off, the fender off. It's 11:20, and we've made this much progress, shall we call it? Okay, now at this point in time, it's really silly. Every time I do fork seals, boots, whatever, I always forget to loosen these fork seal cups while the wheel is still on the bike. I always get the wheel off the bike, then I say to myself, gee, it would have been a whole lot easier to break these free with the wheel on it. But no, I always forget. So we put a bar across the bottom to keep them from turning. When we move them to the side against the stop, and make sure, I really do not like this mirror being so close. I mean, it's like a billionth of an inch away from the paint. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Move it up. Go ahead and just manhandle it up some if you can. If not, we may. No.
Well, you can sometimes rotate it up.
They're not.
It's.
All right, we'll loosen it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like those. Too close. All right, so anyway, we've got the bar going across the bottom. Kevin is now going to put the special tool, number XYZ ABC123. This guy goes in the magic little holes, and since you're going to be pulling this way, turn it this way.
I can't see that.
All right, now let's see if it'll break free nicely. And it's a okay, it broke free very nicely. Okay, good. All right, taking tool ABCXYZ123 off of there. Good. All right, we can do that. Now let's break this guy free. Very good, broke free quite nicely. Now you also have to be real careful not to pull the whole silly motorcycle off the lift when you're doing that. Okay, hang on for a second. These are the old fork boots. We just cut them off with a pair of scissors since they're no good anyway. Makes it easier to get them off. Okay, now at this point in time, we're going to unscrew the fork cups and take the lower legs off. Okay, in the category of the fun just never stops, we have the bike partially disassembled. When we undid this right-hand fork tube, the seal cup, the whole lower leg just fell off, which surprised us because it's really not supposed to do that because it's held up by a bolt in the bottom. So we have it off, and we have all this stuff over here that just fell off with it. And then when you look inside, can you try shining the flashlight down in there? Let's see if it's all stuck down in here. The end cap and this aluminum slider and the lower bushing is all down in the leg. And we got to get it out of there. And this guy is what you put this bolt into to hold it up in there. I don't even know how to explain it. Bottom line, we got a little bit of trouble here in River City, and got to get all this stuff out of here and then see if it'll bolt back together tightly. Interesting. And then we got to get these forks. Oh, look at that fork seal. Look at all the wear, all the rubber.
Oh yeah! Wow.
The rubber. Can you see? Let's see if I can see the rubber in here on the seal. There. See that? So that seal's a little bit bad. We'll change that. We're changing those. Okay, anyway, that's where we are. It's 11:45, and we are now trying to figure out what to do next. All right, we're at a stopping point. It's 1 o'clock, and here we go. Here sits the bike, naked front end, and I've realized that I can't put these legs back on this bike with the fork tubes still installed. So I'm going to have to take the fork tubes out. So you have to undo the pinch bolt, undo the top bolt, and drop these legs out to put the top bolt back in to pull, or actually, let me show you. Way back in the beginning, when I started working on these bikes, I made these fork puller upper tools for the various and sundry bikes I work on. These also serve to be fork pusher outer tools. And you put them into the top of the fork. I don't know that this is the right one, but I'm going to show you. You put it into the top fork, and with the pinch bolt loosened, you can put this into the threaded area and tap on this, and the fork tube will come out very gently and very nicely. But as you can see, I can't get it in because the handlebars are in the way, which means I need to take the handlebars off and bring them back and lay them gently, oh so gently, on this beautifully painted tank. To take the handlebars off, I need to take the headlight out so I can get at the nut on the bottom of the handlebar eyelets. So I have to take the headlight out, take the handlebars off, move the handlebars back, screw this into the top of the fork tube, and gently tap it down till it comes out. That's because putting it back together, it'll be under spring pressure, and there's no way to pull that leg up. I've really thought about it a lot. It'd be some clever way of pulling the lower leg up using a come-along, but I really haven't figured out how yet. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the fork tubes out. I'm going to stop for lunch, and I'm going to go up to the hardware store also, because in 1964, they did not put an O-ring in this groove. In this groove, they started in 1967 putting an O-ring in this groove. So I'm going to run up to the hardware store and see if they might have an O-ring that'll fit in there nicely. If they don't, well, it wasn't there in 64, so it won't be there in 64. This is a laid out view. I hate to use the word exploded view. These are the parts that comprise the front forks. These are new springs, new seals, new fork bellows, boots, and this is the valve. The valve goes in with the thick part, this part facing down, and these are the old springs and the old fork seals. They're in pretty bad shape. So these springs were they're almost an inch shorter. They've collapsed that much. So we're putting in new fork springs. So that's where we are right now. I'm going to get a bite to eat, go up to the hardware store and see if they happen to have an O-ring that'll fit in that groove. I have 3 boxes of O-rings and don't have one. If they don't, well, c'est la vie. It wasn't in there in 64, so it won't be in there when I put it back together. It's not a big deal. That's where we are. 12 o'clock, I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I will resume working on the bike.